It's time for the Larry H. Miller Utah Summer Games at Southern Utah University in Cedar City. Register today to participate in the 40th anniversary season of a Utah sports tradition at utahsummergames.org. Participate in over 50 sports around the state. Then plan to join the opening ceremonies Friday, June 5th, presented by State Bank of Southern Utah. Register today to participate in the 40th anniversary season of the Larry H. Miller Utah Summer Games.
On to Scotty G and the coach, Tim Lacombe.
Now I know y'all are tripping.
Presented by Mountain Land Supply on 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone.
97.5, the KSL Sports Zone. Scott Gerard alongside the coach. Let's get to it. It's time for David Locke.
It's time to get the inside scoop on the Utah Jazz. From the play-by-play voice of the Jazz, David Locke.
Sweet revenge! Ow!
On 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone.
You know that intro, you hear it, and you know it's time for one of the greatest human beings on the planet, a great, great ambassador of the Utah Jazz, and the best play-by-play voice in the NBA. It is David Locke. Hi, David.
You need money? What's going on?
No, I know that Lloyd's done some damage to our relationship, so I'm trying to get back on.
You were laying that on pretty thick.
I know.
That was really thick.
I'd go into skier before I'd go.
There was like great ambassador of the Utah Jazz. I was kind of with you, and then you kept going, and then I was like, oh, I don't know about this.
Oh, so I went too far.
I was like, are we having Ron Boone on?
It was believable for a little while, and then it became a little less believable. Yeah.
Oh, see, like I can't even compliment you at a good level. Like there's too much stuff to nitpick there. So I apologize.
My strength is self-awareness. So when it got a little thick, I was kind of aware of it.
Oh, okay. All right. Hey, so I saw the video of you. No recreation there. That was all because every time I see these React videos, I'm like, did somebody go back and fire up the DVR and recreate this? I think that was live. To me, that seemed authentic. You didn't mess around with that.
That was totally authentic. They actually missed the good one. And the reason I guess that it was on was because they missed it. Like they actually missed the good one because of my reaction. So when I think it was
at 6,
somebody popped Chicago, right? I think popped. And then maybe Memphis popped. It was Memphis popped. Yep. So very quickly, if you were paying attention, you knew that it had to be it was us or Sacramento was coming up next, right?
Yep.
And then so Sacramento came up, and then when we didn't, you knew we were in the top 4. That would have been the far better video. That
like you got way
really
up off the ground, or explain it. Give us some play-by-play.
Yeah, more like running, sprinting up and down this little tiny hallway we have in the house with hands in the air, screaming probably loud profanities. So probably wouldn't have made air anyway. I think there was some alliteration with the word finally.
Yes, mathed.
Yeah, I think I was using alliteration, trying to,
I got you.
And I think it was a verb with an ing ending and the word finally involved.
Flipping finally.
Yeah, that was it.
That was it. I guessed it.
When in Utah, there you go. So there's so many options here for the Jazz.
I think it was oh my heck, oh my heck, oh my heck.
That also checks.
Right. Gosh darn.
So
it actually went over.
Yeah, that would have been, if you really wanted the authentic video, that would have been the better one. I didn't know. I think the reason my buddy was recording at that point, we had people over and had a weekend. And I think people, they thought they were going to get the same thing. Because I actually didn't find out about it they were underwhelmed by my reaction, is what I really found out.
I did like that you called it. All right, here comes Chicago. Now Memphis. And then Memphis pops, and it's like, all right, here we go.
I had a bunch of people in the house who knew nothing about how the lottery worked. And literally we had 6 people over. So we had my wife and then 2-3 couples, and the whole day had to stop so I could watch the lottery, which was super obnoxious as a host, but screw them. And so I was trying to explain, and they actually didn't get it enough that they actually thought I was like a genius because for the first, 14, I was announcing who it was going to be every time before it happened. So I was like, Oklahoma City, whatever, Charlotte. And they're like, wait, how does he know this? Oh my gosh. They didn't understand how the system worked. That it was totally rigged, that I was going to get it right every time almost. And then like when Chicago popped, then I was like, okay, that's one. Oh crap, that's one. And then like, we need this. And then we got it. And I was like, okay, that's two. All right, here's our time. And then I went crazy. That's what I was flipping finally.
So let's, I want to get your thoughts on, number 2 is awesome because you're going to get an elite player. And I've been watching a lot of Locked On Jazz, and there's a conversation about, do you draft best player available, or do you still, with a team that's really constructed well right now, do you still kind of lean into position? At number 2, does that change your perspective on that a bit?
Oh, no, this guy should be it doesn't happen this way. I think like 94% of draft picks don't actually stay with their teams, but this should be your 10-time All-Star leader. Like, this is your guy. It doesn't matter what position he plays. This is your guy. Like, you're not like, we have 2 guys on our team that have been All-Stars in Lowry Markkanen and Jaren Jackson, and they're really nice players. But like, this guy should be perennial All-Star. Like, if it hits and it does what you're supposed to do with it, like it was interesting. Like, we watched Cooper Flagg this year, like one of the first games, and I said he's a Hall of Famer. And Ron Boone was like, whoa, whoa, whoa. And I was like, no, he's the number 1 pick. They're Hall of Famers. Like, that's what they're supposed to be. Like, if you're a number 1 pick of a draft, you're supposed to be in the Hall of Fame. That's what you're supposed to do. And most of them are going to the Hall of Fame. Like, run down number 1 picks. They almost all go to the Hall of Fame. Like, so number 2 picks, even though they have a bad history, should be in that caliber, right? Like, you should be close to a Hall of Famer. Well, a Hall of Famer to me, like, Jaren Jackson's probably going to get close if he, would get a few more All-Stars and be a Defensive Player of the Year again or something of that nature. But like, I don't think Lowry's a Hall of Famer. I know Mitch Richmond's a Hall of Famer, so like anyone's a Hall of Famer, but like
Mitch
we're talking about a guy who should be a 7 or 8-time All-Star. So I don't care what position he plays. Like if part of me thinks it's Boozer, honestly. Like, I did something at the end of Locked On Jazz today that I think's super interesting. Every single big guy that plays handoff in the NBA can't shoot. That's why they play handoff, because you can't simulate pick and pop with guards in a pick and roll with bigs that can't. Well, Tim can know better than I am as a coach, so Tim, tell me if I'm wrong here. But the reason you have Osue Udaro and guys who can't shoot play the handoff game is because you can't simulate the pop of a pick and pop. And that's the best way you can do it with a handoff, is that you can kind of simulate that action to create space for your guard. Okay, there's one guy in the top 20 handoff bigs who can shoot. It's Karl Anthony Towns. And you know who's the best in the NBA by a large margin at the handoff game? Karl Anthony Towns. If you can get a big that can pass and play the handoff game and conduct to the top and shoot, it might be destined to be a top 3 offense in the NBA if that's your fulcrum guy. Cameron Boozer might just be like a walking top 3 offense in the NBA.
You're on the Boozer bandwagon right now?
Well, I don't know that I'm saying that that's the pick, but I'm not saying that that's your pick, but I think it's a legitimate conversation. You better look into that concept.
For sure.
When you start thinking, the fact that of Darren Peterson, AJ DeBonce, and Cameron Boozer, do you know the only guy who shot 40% on above the break threes? Cameron Boozer. Darren Peterson's shooting numbers, if you start looking them, they're fine until you start looking at them by pockets. He's 29% straight away. He's 29% on the right side. AJ DeBonce's shooting numbers are disturbing.
Yeah.
I know that AJ DeBonce can do no wrong, and I got it. But truthfully, AJ DeBonce's shooting makes me uncomfortable. Now, it doesn't mean I wouldn't draft a 6'9" world-class athlete who can jump 40 feet on a max jump, has a great handle, super pacing, brilliant strength, plays hard. Yeah, I got it. But we still can have the item out there that makes you a little nervous, right? I'm a little nervous. You're a little nervous about Cameron Boozer and whether or not his feet are so heavy and he's stuck to the ground, and whether or not he's going to be able to actually finish at the rim very well in the NBA, because Sabonis can't. And they're pretty similar in that sense. And Sabonis is not a very good rim finisher and gets bothered by bigger bigs. But he also can't shoot an outside shot, and Cameron Boozer can. So maybe Boozer's just taking that big guy outside and still killing him. I don't know. But it's a spot. how's Boozer going to be defensively? Sacramento's got a real problem with Sabonis as their cornerstone guy defensively. Is that going to be a problem for Cameron Boozer? Those are real. Like, I would say this. I'm over the moon ecstatic. Over the moon ecstatic. This is crazy. It just blows my mind that we're adding someone of this caliber. It's truly awesome, and it is incredible. But I have watched these three guys a lot in the last 2 weeks. I don't think any of them are a no-brainer. I think they're all great. But I will admit, I find this draft to seem much more normal to every other draft I've ever scouted than some totally historic draft, to be honest with you.
That's sometimes the hard narrative to break through in the draft. You know, we've covered them together, and guys get slotted in certain areas. And you know, I was looking at, you know, Zach Edey going into the draft last year, and he was really thought of to be late first round. And it was crazy how early he went because, you know, the analytics and then his combine, you know, the stuff he was able to do at the combine and show. So yeah, the one thing I think, David, is just like you said, there is not one guy in this group that we have to have. I think the key is obviously trying to find out through all this intel, and then everything else you have, you know, which guy you want to bet on, because I think all these guys will be successful in their own right.
And the other, and I think, like, and I also think, like, this is interesting to me. I had a totally different. I really try, and this leads me to making a lot of mistakes, frankly. But I really try to take in all the data without reading what everyone else is saying. I really feel like I have a great luxury. Gets a little deep here, but here's the problem with what goes on in NBA reporting. Okay, if you're a young reporter who's trying to make a name for themselves and you disagree with any of the 10 opinion makers, you get panned and annihilated in the space, right? And this has been going on for a decade, which makes the NBA Twitter conversation writing world almost entirely groupthink. I feel super lucky that I have a job as an NBA play-by-play announcer and a network that I work for or built where I am not in fear of having a different opinion, being wrong, and getting fired or getting panned. So I try to go watch these guys, take in the information that I can, analyze what's going on before I read any narrative or anything that's going on. I'll give you an example. My take of the combine was that Acuff could move into the top 4. Because every weakness on him, I thought, went away with his measurements. He measured the same as Dame Lillard. The whole book on him was he's too small and doesn't play defense. Okay, he's Dame Lillard's side. Dame Lillard's never played defense. Dame Lillard doesn't seem to have been a problem for people. If we could redraft Dame Lillard in that draft, he would be 2, 3, or 4. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if Acuff jumps into the top 4 in this draft after looking at the combine numbers, because the dude can really play.
David
so
Locke,
I might be wrong on that. That's where I feel a little bit like I'm watching Peterson, I'm watching AJ, I'm watching Boozer, and I'm trying not to be impacted by what everybody else is saying all the time.
how much are you keeping an eye on Caleb Wilson? Because that guy really intrigues me as well.
I have not dug in as much on him as I have on the other 3. I guess I would have. I got to watch him. I might change my opinion. We can talk a week from now. I think I would have a hard time pulling the trigger at 2 on someone whose offensive game is inside 10 feet exclusively. Is that an unfair characterization?
No, I don't think. No, I don't.
Not at all.
I don't think that's unfair at all.
Like, have you guys been watching what's going on with Stuart Thompson in this playoff series?
Yes.
Yeah.
Like, he's the greatest defensive player in the NBA, I think. Right? Like, I mean, they literally, like, if he's on the floor, they're in, like, and like Kenny Atkinson should be put in detention, coaching detention, for making Donovan go one-on-one on him last night, late in the game. Like, that is such a fundamental coaching failure. Like, how are you not running a double stack or doing something to get him off him? Like, I'm screaming at television.
That reminded me of so many quarter or half endings when Donovan was here.
Right. Like, unless it was Donovan who did, but like, get Thompson off of him.
Right.
But Stuart Thompson, who is the best on-ball defender in the NBA, which means he's the best playoff defender in the NBA, because unless your name's Victor Wembanyama, big guys have a hard time. Great defensive bigs often have a hard time in the playoffs. I don't know if Jazz fans are aware of that. So, but he can't play. Like, his plus minus for the series is like minus 45. Like, he can't play because he can't shoot. So, like, I don't want to overplay. Like, I'm not trying to downgrade Caleb Wilson. I haven't watched him enough. But if Caleb Wilson is my 4 and my 5's not Karl Anthony Towns and we're in the playoffs, how does he play?
Spacing is offense, and offense is spacing, David.
Oh, my gosh, Tim Lacombe, how did you coach in this game? I'm watching it. Kevin Young is like an NBA. Oh, I'm done now. I'm done now. This is why you got a call last night.
Oh, really?
Okay. Kevin Young is an NBA coach.
Yes.
I don't have any doubt that the amount of times I'm watching AJ DeBonsa and there is a guy in the right block and the left block. Where in the beeping hell is he supposed to be going with the basketball?
Yeah, we'll take this one
I
off
will
there.
post, if you follow me on socials at DLock09, I will post a screenshot last night that I took because I could not handle it anymore.
And I couldn't answer because I was taking a sleep study.
Well, I wasn't sleeping because I was so irate that I had to watch this crap.
I love this man with all my heart.
Oh, my God. And by the way, just a thought for college basketball. If you have a superstar athlete on the left wing, put your big in the right dunker spot, not the left dunker spot. Stop driving elite athletes into guys, please. Bill Self, you're in the Hall of Fame. You should know better.
David Locke, everybody.
So freaking brutal.
Oh, I love it. I love it.
See, when he starts yelling,
It's
I duck.
seriously unwatchable crap.
There it is.
I'm ducking pencils.
There it is.
This is terrible basketball right now.
And I wasn't even doing a college game.
Oh,
Oh, my
David, you gotta
God.
come
It's
in.
incredible.
You got to come in for a bit with us, and let's break these guys down.
Yeah,
when
let's do it.
When
This'll
we
be
get
fun.
a better handle.
yep.
Okay?
All right. If you follow
Thanks,
me on,
David.
All right. I'm going to post it. I'm posting it right now, by the way.
Okay, I'll look.
Just so
All
you
right.
know.
Giddy up, folks. You follow him on Twitter at DLock09.
It's called my like, I'll just at you two heroes.
No. You know, you don't need to include us on that. That's fine. You know.
Oh, no.
Normally,
But
I like
here's
getting
the
tagged
deal.
by you. I don't want to be. I don't know if I want to catch the strays that's going to come from this.
Well, you're getting the strays.
Hey, he's going back to Barometer University.
Oh, yeah.
Remember those
Oh,
days?
yeah.
But
Oh,
here's
yeah.
Remember that, David?
Here's the thing. Here's the thing that I like. Like, I know Kevin Young's background, right? Like, if I didn't know better, I'd be like, what's going on? But, like, Kevin Young would, like, understand spacing. He would love to space. It would be his first choice, would be to space. He clearly couldn't space. This was, I think, Texas Tech, so this might have been after Richie Saunders was hurt. So, like, he just doesn't have the guys. Like, I'm certain, I am 100% certain, 100% certain, there's zero chance that Kevin Young wrote out an offensive play that's designed with a guy in the right block and the left block, and he wanted it that way.
Yeah, I guarantee that. Yeah.
Okay, look at Twitter.
Looks pretty crowded. I just saw it.
Yep.
I
There
just
it
saw
is.
And everybody can go after us now.
Thank you,
I
David.
mean, like, seriously, and AJ DeBonsa is being criticized for taking too many mid-range jumpers. Like, what's he supposed to do?
Yeah, I know. Thank you, David.
See ya.
All right. David Locke, 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone.
One of a kind, my friend. I had somebody said, "What happened to Locke?" He started screaming.
All right. Coming up, we will continue on here at Beehive Mills, 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone.
I drive my bus in a busy city. That's why road safety is so important to me. I know that I must slow down and be extra careful when I make a wide turn. Buses need more room than cars. Everyone can help keep our roads safe. Next time you're driving, Remember to give buses plenty of time and space to finish turning before driving ahead. Let's all plan to share the road safely. Learn how at www.sharetheroadsafely.gov.
Make game day yours. Tickets, food and drinks, stats, and streaming. Everything you need is in the Utah Mammoth app. Download today and make game night easy. Download on both Android and iPhone. Tusk Top.